What's up, guys? Brent Hess here with Cagezilla Unchained, brought to you by the Wild Style Network. We are here with one of our exciting bantamweight prospects here that's going to be fighting here coming up on Cagezilla 84, April 26th. Micah Doise Jr. How you doing, my man? Thank you for joining us here today on Cagezilla Unchained.
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
Doing really good, man. Well, hey, give our Cagezilla Unchained audience a way to get to know you a bit. Give us a little of your background, your upbringing, and maybe what led to this point. I know you're a young guy, 19 years old, man, but what led to this point in your MMA journey?
Um, so I grew up in a rough city, because you look at my parents and you wouldn't assume that, but I grew up in a rough city in Illinois. It's called Rockville, Illinois. It's a pretty rough spot to grow up, especially I was living on Ninth Street, not far from Kishwaukee, where there was shootings all the time, and it was just a whole lot of crazy stuff going on. But I got out of there by the time I was 11 or 12 and moved with my grandparents in the middle of nowhere to the country. So it was a cool change of pace. But then I after that I moved to somehow managed to get to Virginia, and that's when I started training. I started training when I was like 15. I trained for like 20 something days with a boxing coach in a basketball gym. And then I moved out to the middle of nowhere again, to this like foster home. And I started like teaching myself how to punch and kick and stuff, like how to do all this fancy, crazy stuff. So any like highlight real moves you see me do, those were taught by myself. Um, but yeah, I used to just like throw spinning kicks and crazy tornado kicks on a bag in a garage, and yeah, and then I kind of fell in love with it. Started training more and more. Got into an actual gym. I was pretty good right away, but I'm even better now because I work so hard. So I have faith in God and keep training every day, very hard.
That's awesome, man. It sounds like you got a lot of brightness from within, and a lot of self motivation, man. And you can't teach that. That's something that you can't teach, man. It's just you got to have it inside of you, and it sounds like you do. It sounds like you got a bright future ahead of you, man, with already being represented by Sucker Punch, man, Sucker Punch Entertainment. Tell us about that and how that kind of came about, because, man, only one amateur fight under your belt. These guys are already trying to represent you, man. They must see something that everyone else does not. How did that come about, and how do you feel about being represented by a big organization like Sucker Punch, because they represent a lot of the, UFC fighters all over the world? How did that come about?
So my teammate Josh McElhenney, he's a professional MMA fighter. He had an undefeated amateur career, and he got signed by Sucker Punch. So Brian Butler was at my fight because Brian Butler was in the Richmond area at the time, and he came to meet up with Josh, hang out,
Okay.
just shoot the crap. And Brian got to watch me fight. He had the privilege of watching me fight in person, and
Oh, wow.
he thought he really liked what he saw. I guess he just felt the energy that I get off. And he got in contact with my coach. Him and my coach are in contact. My coach brought the idea up to me. He was like, "Hey, this guy's interested in you. This would be a great opportunity to be signed so early by a management group." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm down to have a meeting with him." So we had a phone call, just chatted about the industry and how a manager would like benefit you a lot, especially early in your career. And yeah, I signed with him, and here we are today.
Dang, man. Yeah. No, I mean, you don't hear that a lot. And for them to want to pick you up, like I say, man, they must see something special in you. And that's awesome, man. And we're really excited to have you here on our Cagezilla 84 card coming up, man. And moving into that, you'll have a bantamweight showdown with another gentleman named Micah. So it's going to be the battle of the Micahs here on Cagezilla 84 here, April 26th. You know, you're a super exciting prospect, 19 years old. Tell us, Micah, what does it mean for you to compete for Cagezilla? And just in general, kind of what kind of energy and how you feeling coming into April 26th?
I was really, really stoked to be fighting for Cagezilla because I'm only interested. I perform the best under the bright lights, and when I have a big crowd watching me, I just feel in my element. I feel like just naturally great. Um, and Cagezilla is one of the only amateur MMA promotions where it feels professional. You know, like even as an amateur fighter, you feel like you're fighting professionally. Um, Cagezilla and APFC, I think, are definitely like the only fight promotions I'd be willing to fight for when it comes to amateur, because I love the bright lights, and I just feel like I live for that. I live for fighting under the bright lights, and I live for being the like center of attention, and those bright lights just amplify that star power, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really was stoked whenever my coach brought up Cagezilla, and then I was even more stoked that I got to fight so quick. I was just happy, very, very happy.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, we bring you guys all the lights, camera, action that you deserve here at Cagezilla. One of the other guys that I interviewed called it a mini UFC. So, yeah, I mean, we're preparing you guys for the big show, man. We have a lot of former UFC fighters always in attendance usually at our shows. We've produced some UFC fighters as well. And man, you being represented by Sucker Punch, you keep doing well inside of the Cagezilla cage, and the trajectory seems just about guaranteed for you, man, if you continue on the right path. So that's awesome, man. And I love those Fighting Nerds glasses, man. Is that a playoff of the Fighting Nerds? Come on now. I'm a big fan of
Yes,
those
sir.
guys.
Yes, sir. Me and my teammate Tyler. Well, I go through phases of idolizing different fighters, and it was Ilya Taporia for a while, and I still idolize him. But recently, it's been the Fighting Nerds. Man, I love Mauricio Hufi. He's nasty. He's nasty. Gene Silva. They're just so nasty, and I love watching them. And yeah, so I figured I might as well show some respect. And I kind of just I like the whole like, because I'm a nerd. I'm a guy who just likes to chill, play video games whenever I'm not training. I was playing Clash Royale on my iPad all day before this interview. I'm a chill guy who just happens to know how to beat people up.
I know, man. I love the Fighting Nerds, man. I'm a big fan of my favorite. It's like they're the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because you were naming Gene and Rufy. My favorite one is Prates. I like Prates, man. And Carlos Prates, he's gonna be nasty in the welterweight division. Yeah. And then of course they have Bahayo, who's the big boy. But yeah, man, big fan of them. Big fan of the Fighting Nerds and Hasbullah too. I see him in your background there. Shout out Hasbullah. He's joining us here on Cagezilla Unchained. Now, something new we're bringing out. We got some kind of questions from mainly younger kind of guys who are just maybe coming into their athleticism and have questions for those of you guys who are, actual athletes inside the Cagezilla cage. So they send along some questions, and we pass them along to you guys so you guys can maybe empower them a little bit. So the first question from our fan zone: You're a young guy. What does a typical training day look like for you when you are in training camp or training for a competition?
Okay, so um, I I keep a pretty similar schedule whether I'm in fight camp or not. The only difference is when I'm out of camp, I'm eating poorly, and I might train a little bit less, just a little bit, but I'm still training multiple times a day. In fight camp, I have, so Monday and Wednesday I have Well, Monday through Friday, I have boxing without fail, 4 to 6 every single day, Monday through Friday. I have boxing, and I run the boxing gym that I go to. I'm the coach there, and so normally whenever I have to leave to go to my other gym at 6, I'll have one of the people I trust close up the gym for me. So I coach the boxing gym. I train. I mainly do training rather than coaching when I'm in fight camp. But when I'm out of fight camp, I'm doing like more 50-50. I'm training and I'm coaching guys. But so what I'll do is I'll go to boxing 4 to 6. That's jump rope, head movement drills, heavy bag, and then so on Monday and Wednesday after boxing, I'll go to my gym at like 6:05 ish to get there at like 6:10, something like that, because it's right down the street from my boxing gym. Because at 6:15 I have MMA class, and then me and my teammate Tyler get a lot of work in. We're usually partnered up for every single class at that gym. And so after MMA class on Monday and Wednesday, we have Nogi upstairs, and that's a pretty good class. A lot of like high level Nogi guys up there. It's coached by Caleb McAllister. He's a world class jiu-jitsu athlete. I don't know if you know who that is, but he's very good. So that's from like 7 to 8, however long you want to stay. Really, some guys will leave at like 8:15. Some guys will leave at 8:30. Some guys will leave at 9. I usually leave around 8:45, depending on how I'm feeling. So that's Monday, Wednesday night, and then Tuesday, Thursday night, I will go from boxing to I'll go from or no, just Tuesday, because Thursdays I have a different schedule. But Tuesdays I'll go from boxing, do cardio after. I do hill sprints, and this hill is like it's very intimidating. It's a very long and steep hill, and I'll do my hill sprints. And then after that, I'll go to wrestling practice from 6 to like 7:15, and then after that, I go to Renaissance again and go kickbox. And then Thursdays at 3, it's like pretty loose because it depends on when I get off of work, but like 3 to 3:30, I go to this gym called Heroes Home, and it's just an open mat. I roll for an hour. Then after that, I go straight to my boxing gym, get my boxing in. After that, I get my hill sprints in. After my hill sprints, I go to wrestling practice. After wrestling practice, I go to Renaissance to get my kickboxing in. And then Fridays, it chills out a little bit more. Depending on how I'm feeling, I might do cardio. Mainly, I save that for Saturday, so my legs are, recovered for the hill sprint, so I can get the most out of them. But Friday, it's a sparring day. I go to my boxing gym. I'll do more sparring than drills and stuff. And then I'll go to Renaissance and we'll spar. And that's a pretty simple day. It's just sparring and whatever I would normally do. And then I jump rope every day. Like every day when I go to boxing, I jump rope Monday through Friday. That helped me a lot with my calf endurance because I was having trouble when I was running. And then Saturdays, I might usually I'll go to this other gym with my coach Christian Booth, and we'll get some fight camp stuff in. He'll just gather a bunch of the guys in the city from different gyms, not even like the same gym. We're just all coming together to train. Whoever has fights coming up, and we just do some fight camp stuff. And then I'll usually before that I'll get some hill sprints in as well. And then Sunday is my rest day because I was getting yelled at by my coaches and by people in my life that I should take rest days and stuff because I don't like to rest too much. I like to work. But yeah, so I'll rest on Sunday. So anybody out there that's a aspiring MMA athlete, you just got to stay the course and you got to have at least one rest day to let your body recover so you can go at it hard. Because if you don't have any rest days, then you're going to be half-assing it in the training room, and you don't want to do that.
Right. Yeah, man. Sounds like you don't have sounds like you needed that rest day, man, with that schedule. And man, for you to be leading at such a young age, leading your own classes in boxing and then going to train yourself, you're already kind of ahead of your time in that sense, man. And some great insight for younger guys who might not quite know where to get started or know a regimen to follow. Man, you just gave them a pretty good one right there, man. Add in some hill sprints and they'll be good.
Yeah, hill sprints are nasty, man. They kill you.
Yeah, yeah. So also as a young athlete, and you've kind of coming up in the newer generation. Another question from our fan zone: who are some of your favorite fighters to watch, so to kind of like emulate them and maybe take some of their technique to kind of bring into your game?
So, two huge names that have helped me a lot in the past few years, or not few years, past like year or so, that I really started ramping up my training and really started getting better was Alex Pereira and Ilia Topuria. Ilia Topuria is just like a really good person to look up to because he has really good morals. He has really good standards for himself. He takes care of his body. He treats his body as a temple, and he gets after it, and he goes out here and he slumps all these legends, and it's like, wow, how's this guy doing this? It's because he's training smart and he's training hard. And Alex Pereira, when it comes to him, his life story is amazing. He came up as a mechanic in a tire shop, I think it was, and he was an alcoholic. He beat that addiction. He he went against all odds and captured gold in two weight classes in the UFC, and that's just something you don't see very often, especially from someone who started so late in MMA. And his story is just like inspiring. So I have a really nasty left hook, and I started drilling that left hook because of Alex Pereira. And even though I don't have his like tall frame, I use some of the things that he uses for the left hook, and now I have a really nasty left hook. This left hook, I mean, it'll most likely put this Micah guy I'm fighting to sleep. I don't believe he would take too many of those. But Ilia Topuria, I've been watching a lot of him lately with his combos inside and his footwork and trapping. His style is just very, very good. I've been basing a lot of my game off of him and Mauricio Hufi as well. I don't have a tall frame like him, but I use a lot of his methods, and I've been drilling a lot of his strikes that he does.
Spinning hook kick, right?
Yeah, be watching for that one. I'm telling you, be watching for that one.
That left hook and that spinning hook kick, man. We're
Mm-hmm.
gonna have to watch out for that from Micah Doise here coming up. Now, before we finish up here, I always like to collect a quote or a motto, maybe something that you've read or something that has been shared with you that you can kind of share to our audience, maybe empower them a little bit and pass it forward.
Um, I mean, I would say just stay the course. I like to think of that one. Stay the course. You know, you might not want to go to training one day, but if you go, you're getting 1% better every day. So any training, any rep, any training session, it's just it's gonna help you out in your career, especially if you want to take it seriously. So if you're an aspiring MMA fighter, jiu-jitsu athlete, boxer, any one of those, you need to just stay the course and keep consistent with the gym, and don't let any other outside distractions influence your gym. You can go party, do whatever, as long as it's not interfering with your gym, then you're fine. So I would say just stay the course, stay consistent, and get those reps in.
Stay the course, man. It sounds like you got a smart mind at such a young age. And that'll take you the furthest, man. It's not always your physical attributes. It's going to be your mental attributes. And it sounds like you got all that going for you, man. That's awesome. Well, give us, Micah, a way that we can follow you, follow your journey, man. I know you're going to have a bright one. Give us a way on whether your social medias or whatever you got, your team socials. Give us a way that we can follow your journey and show you a little love online.
So all of my socials are my full name, Micah Doise Jr. You can find me on Instagram, give me a follow. That'd be lovely. Yeah, all my socials are Micah Doise Jr. My YouTube is that as well, but I don't really upload any videos. But I'm gonna start here soon, just as a means to start building it, because it's gonna be nice whenever you can make money off of your social media and it's just passive income. So I plan on starting up with my YouTube, and I have a video that's in the works right now for my first amateur fight, just like some of the build up and fight camp and all that. And yeah, it's just I'm probably gonna do the same thing for this fight, with a YouTube video, but I'm gonna have a cameraman this time, so get some actual good footage. Um, and yeah, so just reach out to me on there if you have any questions or need any advice. I'm always responding to DMs of people who are asking for advice and just asking general questions. So I try to stay humble and don't think I'm too good to respond to people. So I always check my inbox.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, no, I know. I follow you on Instagram. You got a good following, and you coming here on Cagezilla Unchained is only going to build that following up. So we appreciate you coming on, man. I hope training and everything continues to go awesome for you, and you stay healthy leading up to your big bantamweight fight here coming up on Cagezilla 84. And Micah, thanks for joining us once again here today on Cagezilla Unchained.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
All right, guys. Well, hey, there you have it. Micah Doise Jr., a young athlete with a super, super bright future. He's going to be opening up the show for us here on Cagezilla 84 come April 26th. Make sure you guys are getting tickets at cagezillatickets.com. Until next time, much love and respect. We'll see you guys all very soon.